Yo, 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 everybody, what's going on? It is Tiana Stone, the Creative. Welcome to another episode of the Creative Process. This one's special. This one's special. This is the last episode of the year for 2023 before we move on to a new year, 2024. And this is also episode 8. And if anybody knows me, I find a lot of meaning in numbers, and the way that I was taught and raised, 8 is like a number of like new beginnings, because 7 is like the number of completion, and so 8 is kind of that new number of newness and new beginnings. And I just feel like that's a true testament to what the creative process has done for me, and I feel like where it will be going. So I'm really, really grateful as we close out the year. Yeah, this year has been very, very, very interesting. I mean, just looking back, I dropped my first single independently, which is really, really cool. I have a lot of people to thank for that. Especially Carly Perloff for helping me. Shout out Carly, love you, man. For just helping me, like letting me play the drums in your basement and recording it down there. That was really special, and helping me to master it. Like all that stuff is very dear to my heart. So I'm really, really grateful for you, Carl. And just being able to do that on my own. Well, not, of course, like I just said, not completely on my own, but kind of spearheading that on my own, like saying, you know what, I have this song, I have this thing that I want to share, and being able to move forward with it has been really, really grateful. A grateful experience, and I'm really happy. The timing on this is very interesting, because this episode is going to come out in December, but I'm filming it on November the 3rd. I'm sorry, November the 30th. Jesus. November the 30th. I just figured, like, because December is just going to be, like, so busy with, like, the end of the year, relaxation, and Christmas, and I was like, you know what, let me just book this and do it now instead of like in December. I mean, December is tomorrow, but like y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. But what I'm trying to say is yesterday I received like my Spotify Wrapped, my first one. I can't remember all the numbers offhand. But it was like, it felt really good to do that for the first time and open that. So like all the people who have listened, shared, supported me with my dream and my music, I just really, really appreciate you. And there's some stuff coming. I'm in my production mode right now, getting some things together, but new music is coming in the new year. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But yeah, that I'm very grateful for. That's something that's been really dear to my heart, and to be able to have this aspect of my creativity come to life and be a real thing has been really, really awesome to me. So I'm really grateful. And then you got to think about Cuddle Puddle, man. I'm in a 4-piece pop rock, gender blending, genre blend. Oh God, I can't speak. Let's just say that we like all music. We like all music. Yeah, but I'm in a band, 4-piece band. When the creative process started, it was a 3-piece band. But now we're a 4-piece band at the end of the year, as the year comes to a wrap. Carly, Chris, Ashanti, I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm excited for what the new year will bring. Yeah, I'm just really really happy because I was talking to somebody about this a couple days ago. Like, I love the fact that we give each other the space and the freedom to work on things individually, but then when we come together, it's just like this really cool fusion. Because I mean, just speaking from my experience, like everything that I do as Tiana Stone the Creative definitely influences what I do in Cuddle Puddle, and then what I do in Cuddle Puddle definitely influences what I do, you know, as Tiana Stone the Creative. So it's like a revolving, continuous, continuous cause and effect, and I love it. I love it. I love that my band just challenges me to be a better musician and to be a better creative, and to take risk and just do what feels right. Because at the end of the day, there are quote unquote rules to this thing called music and this thing called the music business, and being an entertainer and being a creative, but also it's also about like what feels right, and that's been what I've been chasing after, that what feels right. Yeah, thank you, Cuddle Puddle. I appreciate you. Excited for the future. And then it's a vibe drum circle. So at the taping of this, this week was our fourth session, and I'm just like really really grateful for everybody who's come out. Thank you to the PS14 Foundation. Thank you to Yinka for allowing me to create space in the incubator to really just lay out the groundwork for people to be creative. Because I keep saying this, and I keep saying this because like it brings me, like, it tugs my heartstrings to be able to say that, like, there have been a couple of people who have come to the circle, and they'll be like, yeah, like, this is the first time where I've been able to like pick up a percussion instrument. And to be that first for some people is just really really heartwarming. But yeah, feel free to come hang out, get creative, meet new people, just jam out and experience new things. That's the real goal and the real message behind almost everything that we do at Imagine Stone Productions. Like, I want to continue this in the new year, to really just continue to hold space and create space for creativity, whether that be physical space or even like digital or virtual space. Because I feel like, especially with the pandemic, I feel like on my end, I definitely learned and understood the value of space, especially physical space, and the importance of gathering, whether it be physically or virtually. There's something very powerful about gathering together and vibing with people who you're on the same, wavelength and frequency with. And I just want to continue doing that because, we don't get to do it too often. And if we do, sometimes I feel like the reasoning behind it may not be as, I don't want to say wholesome, but like very rarely do we get those opportunities to create and be free together as a unit, because collaboration is a part of the creative process. And I want to continue to find those places and create those spaces where we can collaborate together to create something that maybe we haven't created before. So all that stuff is so important to me, and I feel like with It's a Vibe Drum Circle, it's been a really cool step to be able to do that, and I'm just really grateful. And one of the things that I love is that it's weekly, in the sense I feel I love the idea of building consistency, and I feel with weekly um I'm just able to be like, I'm here, you know? And the thing is, I don't care if it's like one person or, 100, God willing. But, I want to be there, you know? And I feel like being there in general is important. So I'm going to continue to do that, to show up for myself, for anybody who needs me, that's important to me. So, yeah. And, going back to consistency, I feel like, I mean, the creative process itself, like the show, the the thing that started this year, I feel like it really, I feel like it catapulted um, a lot of other things. I mean, not to say that, well, I guess you can say, like, without the creative process, we probably wouldn't have had like my musical debut. We probably wouldn't have had It's a Vibe Drum Circle. But maybe in the sense, the better words to say it is that the creative process created a domino effect for me for the rest of the year, in the sense of all these cool things that have been able to come up, which I'm really really grateful for. And going back to the consistency thing, like me doing this on a monthly basis, just really pushes me to just like move forward, and to have something to work towards. I feel like as creatives, especially if we're independent and we don't necessarily have somebody like nagging us in the back of our head or in our ear, like having something to move towards or look forward to, I think is very motivating. And I feel like it's definitely influenced me and has like pushed me to, tackle those other projects that I wanted to do. And so, I'm just really grateful. I'm grateful to you guys as well, like everybody who watches, everybody who listens, everybody who comes to an event, like all that stuff is extremely important to me. I do not take it lightly at all. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for the future, and what else can come up, what else can we create, where else can we collaborate, and what how much more space can we take up to continue to tell stories in music and video and movies and television and art in general. And what boundaries, or what boundaries can we push, and how high up we can go. That's what I'm really excited for. And I think one of the things that is really important to me also is the notion of being hopeful, because this year was definitely good to me, but there have also been, some things that kind of like fell through the cracks, unfortunately, some opportunities that kind of dissolved, or, you know, changes that I may not have necessarily liked in the moment, like just disappointments and stuff like that. But I feel like with every disappointment, there's a lesson, and those lessons are valuable. And it's just, another thing to use to motivate, to kind of like shift and shape who I am and what my journey is. And it's interesting that we're talking about this, because this time thing is so funny to me. So yesterday I was on a call with some people at my church. We have this like young adult connection ministry where like a collection of young adults from the church just gather and we like talk and chat it up and all that good stuff and just like mingle and, talk about what we're going through in life, all that good stuff. So we were just talking. So for December's lesson, it's all about like understanding your assignment. And one of the things that was brought up in the meeting was the difference between your calling and your assignment. And one of the things that I feel like is very important to bring up is the idea that, I guess I didn't necessarily realize this until the moment, but like, if you're thinking about like umbrella terms or whatever, branches and stuff, your calling is the overall thing that you have been given, or at least this is how I was interpreting it. Your calling is the overall thing, and you can have numerous assignments on your life. Your assignment, it depends on the season in your life, how prepared you are during that time, who you're interacting with and stuff. So I feel like thinking about that, my calling, I feel, is to be creative and to collaborate with people to, make art and to, be an artist and tell my truth through my art. I feel like that's my calling. And the assignment on my life, I feel, at this time is, creating space, taking up space, physically or like digitally, like how I am with this podcast and how I am with music and stuff like that. And I guess you can also say physically too, in the aspect of like performing and stuff like that. But I feel like the assignment on my life right now is to like take up space and also to just like advocate for myself more. I feel like that is something that I'm working on and something that I am, conquering and, just being more diligent about. I feel like all that stuff is very important. And so I guess like, not to like ramble and get off track, but, all the things that didn't necessarily go right this year, I'm still grateful for because I feel like it got me closer to where I am now, which is the ability to, do all these creative things, and continue on these endeavors and to to make a name for myself, as an artist, which I'm really really grateful for too, because I feel like I'm 25 right now, and I feel like now is an exciting time because I feel like I'm starting to make a name for myself, in the quote unquote entertainment industry, in the sense of like me, making music and dropping it, me having this podcast and talking with you guys and sharing experiences with, other creatives. I'm excited because I feel like, I'm 25. You could say that I've been working with entertainers in the city of Philadelphia for, how old was I guess this is like 5 years. Jeez. Because, I think I started at the Boom Room. Shout out, Gary. I think I started at the Boom Room at 20. I don't think I was 21 yet. So, and I was still in college. So, I've been doing this for about 5 years. And I feel like in this past year has been about me taking independent steps, spearheading things on my own. I feel like I've always been able to assist and help other artists with things, which I'm really grateful for. Because if I didn't have those years of, watching and observing and looking, I definitely feel like I would not be as prepared as I am now, which I'm really grateful for. Shout out to, Gary at the Boom Room, World Town Sound System, Luna, Dr. Kamika Williams Witherspoon. Those are just like a couple of names that come up and come to mind when it comes to people who I've been able to watch and assist, who are creative and talented and just intelligent, and people who have just not been selfish with their experiences, with their knowledge, with their advice. And I just feel like I've been able to be a sponge, and I've just been like extremely grateful for that, because I feel like a lot of times you hear in the industry like people can be very selfish with like, how to do this and all that other stuff. And it's like, on the one hand, it's like, not to say that like you should be like withholding things, or like, you're not gonna like randomly give all your secrets to just like some random person. But I feel like with all of the mentors that I've had and currently have, I just feel like it's always like an open door policy, in the sense of like I can go to them without hesitation and get what I need. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like something physical, because I mean there's and I think we were talking about this last episode, like there's value in a lot of things, and it doesn't necessarily have to be money or financial or physical, and I feel like with the mentors that I've had, I feel the constant pouring always, and I'm just really grateful. And trying to make a full circle moment. I feel like 2024, I'm excited for what other new things come up, because of everything that I've learned and everything that I've experienced, and learning and understanding what it takes to be an independent artist, and what it means to make music, what it means to hold space for people, what it means to have a podcast and stuff like that, and what it means to advocate for myself. Like those are just some of the things that I've learned, and I'm just really grateful for my experience. And I feel like this time last year for me, for Imagine Stone Productions, was just extremely different. Like, and I'm just excited for what next year is going to do, yeah, I'm just really grateful. Like, okay, so here's the funny thing. So, I'm one of those people, like, despite the fact that I'm not, like, the biggest fan of social media, like, with with my personal thing, I'll just, like, and I have to get better at this, honestly. Like, it's so funny, because, like, when stories first came out, I was like, I'm not doing that crap. I'm not doing that at all. And I'm always posting stories. I post more stories than I post, like, actual posts. So, like, I haven't posted in a minute, because I try to be a little bit more strategic about that on my artist page. But with Imagine Stone Productions, I feel like I've been a little bit more active, just because we've been doing a little bit more things. So, I'm planning at the end of the year to post like an end of the year post, to kind of like create a collection of I don't think I'm gonna post any videos, probably just like photos or whatever, but we'll see. I feel like to just like say thank you, to really show like how different the company has been, the cool things that we've been able to do. Like this time last year, I was just like in Photoshop, just like typing up little what is it called? Just like little business captions or whatever. Like just some unrelevant stuff that I was posting just in the name to post. But I feel like now I'm building a collection, a resume, a portfolio of just like all these things that we've been able to do. And so I'm just really excited to, stamp that for 2023 and then just declare like bigger and better things for 2024. And yeah, I'm just really, really grateful. Grateful is the word that keeps coming up. And things might not be perfect, but what is, we're all going to have, our struggles and our trials and our tribulations, but I feel like I have a lot more to be grateful for versus to be worried about. And that's what I'm going to carry on in the new year. Gratitude. Because, it's definitely difficult to do so, but I feel like I would rather I want to carry my blessings instead of my burdens. So yeah, that's what I'm carrying on in the new year. But yeah. Oh man, this is this is the last episode of the year. Like I said, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for just being a part of the creative process and being on this journey with me. These are dreams. These are dreams that are coming true, and I'm so happy that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now, I'll be able to look back at all this and be like, holy shit, like we were there. We were there and now we're here, and I'm just going to be extremely grateful for just continuing and for being here and putting in the work. And it's difficult, but I would rather be doing this than anything else. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being on the creative process. It's a blessing to have you here. I'm starting to talk in some sort of accent. That tells you that the sentimental part of myself is coming through. But yeah. No. Thank you for being a part of the creative process. I want to wish you guys a beautiful close to the year. I hope that as we enter into this new year, we enter it understanding our responsibilities, our goals, what we want to accomplish for the new year, and our gifts and what our strengths are, and what things we need to work on. And I hope that you go into the new year not thinking that you have to do a complete change. And to be loving to yourself, and to recognize the journey that you've been on. And despite the fact that there may have been some difficulties, like that is a part of your journey. That's what I hope you recognize for this year. And love on yourself, be gentle, because this world, it is hard. It's hard out here. It is hard out here. And the world is trying to make us think that we're the crazy ones, or that, this stuff is normal, when of course there are things that are not in fact normal. So just be kind to yourself, and to be kind to others is something that I think we should all take into the new year. But to definitely continue with the mission and the calling and the assignments that we have on our lives, to keep those in mind. I feel like that's something also to take into the new year, and to just love, not to be sappy, but to love. And that goes for everybody, not just artists. That goes for everybody. But yeah, let's. I guess as a recap, let's continue to love. Let's continue to be kind and patient with ourselves. Let's be reminded of our calling, of our assignments, of what we're destined to do here. And let's be accepting of our journey, all aspects of it, despite how painful, despite how beautiful, all of our journey, all of that, I feel is very important to take into the new year. I've said this for the nth time, but thank you for being a part of the creative process. My name is Tiana Stone, the creative, and I'll see you in the new year. Yeah, it's crazy to say on November the 3rd, the 30th, darn it. But yeah, this has been the creative process. I'm your host, Tiana Stone. See you in 2024. Peace.